Despite the nature of this being a murder, you look at it and it looks so beautiful. And much of that is part of the fact that you've got the backdrop of Scotland in all its beauty and glory.
Such a gorgeous place to die.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it is. It's idyllic. I mean, obviously the contrast of all the gruesome things that are going to happen in it, but as a backdrop, as a picture postcard...
There's Loch Ness, there's the beauty of Glencoe, and we did a driving trip around the UK a few weeks ago and made sure that Glencoe featured, and it's utterly breathtaking, isn't it?
And I love it, even at like 11:30 at night, it's still bright, it's so gorgeous, yeah.
However, under all this beauty, there is a darkness in this little sleepy town. And we should just set the scene a little bit without giving too much away. But there is a guy called Niall Swift who is found murdered in quite possibly the most gruesome way I think I've ever read this morning as I was reading it. It's really quite dark.
We both looked at it and went, what?
Sick minds.
You wait till you see it.
Yeah, I'm not
I mean,
sure.
it's one thing to see the description, you know, on paper, but it is pretty gruesome. Not for the faint-hearted.
Not for the faint-hearted.
And at the same time, there is also what is a fake Loch Ness monster, apparently washed up on the side of the loch, and with a human heart inside it.
Yeah, and my character, I played Detective Annie Redford, and she's lived and worked in this local village, and suddenly this close-knit community is ripped apart by this series of murders that happen very quickly, and the whole town is just left devastated and frightened and suspicious of each other. But it starts sort of where she has no idea. She's hungover and she shows up on the shores of Loch Ness, and she thinks it's just a prank. And she gets it all cleared away, and then we later find out that she's made a huge mistake.
Oh, no,
yeah,
of course. And also what you find out about her character as it develops is that actually she's got an awful lot of potential. It's been a bit pent up because she hasn't really had to use it.
Yeah, I mean, at the age of 40, she's never actually worked on a murder case.
I was going to say, are you playing much older
I
then?
thought she was a rookie. I thought she was like 18 or so.
Yeah.
So she's struggling, and in comes Siobhan Finneran.
Yeah, and she's desperate to prove herself to Siobhan Finneran's character, but I think in that way where you're over-eager, you can be quite annoying. So I think Quigley, who Siobhan plays, is a bit annoyed by her. But then they become friends towards the end. She ends up gathering evidence that helps the case and proves herself to her.
And so your part in this, brought in, is he's actually a bit of a celeb, isn't he? Sort of written psychology books and stuff, and you're the forensics guy.
Yeah, he's certainly he's a high achiever. He's the forensic psychologist. I always have to remember that, the proper way to say that. Written books, caught criminals. He's drafted in to be part of the team to try and get, you know, in effect, get into the mind of the killer, work out through the style of the gruesome killings what kind of person would do that.
Would do that, yes.
So it's not about the monster in the loch. It's about the fact that the monster could be a person or could be people.
That's right, that's right. And you find out as you go along, well, everyone seems to have something shady that they're trying to keep to themselves. Yeah, some kind of connection which leads you on these different sort of strands, which you hope is going to lead to the killer, but sometimes it's like, no, we've gone up a blind alley, in effect. So, yeah, it keeps us on our toes trying to find out who it is, doesn't it?
And what really kept you on your toes, which you didn't quite bargain for, was the Midges in Scotland.
I mean, I like them, but...
I had no idea until
How's
this
that with
morning.
her porridge every morning?
I had no idea the situation that's unfolding up there. I didn't know that in the spring, summertime...
Have you never experienced...
I have never, not to this
God.
extent. I mean, I get bitten.
I used to go fishing in Scotland with mates, and we had to run from the we stayed in to the restaurant door, which is about 200 yards. We had to run like hell to get in there, batting yourself off.
Totally. The whole crew were in nets from head to toe.
Well, what's weird is that they're not there for the start of it, and then it's like they've all nudged each other. Look, there's a film crew over there. Let's go over there and bug them. And then there's a...
We actually got these for you because there is no doubt this is going to be a huge success.
I love the fact that you were looking in a different direction when you turned back.
What a reveal! I love it.
I thought you were blacking up.
Great,
I didn't know what you were doing.
I like this.
I thought it was trying to make me feel welcome. I thought, we don't even wear these hats anymore.
So did you have anything like that?
The crew wore it, but obviously...
Well, you can't if you're acting, of
well,
course.
that's the thing, you see. For a while, I was doing this a lot, and trying not to do that, thinking I've got to be cool and just pretend they're not there. But after a while, you can't pretend they're not there.
No.
So I made it into my character to swat the way in a kind of... you know,
Suave and
clinical
sophisticated
psychologist
way.
kind of
But when
way.
you're in
It's
your
what the way
eyes
you
and
can't
up your
stop.
nose and
up your nose everywhere, but you like
on
them.
your tongue. I love
But it's,
yes.
what's that stuff called?
Bog
Is it
myrtle.
Bog myrtle. Have you heard of bog myrtle?
No.
It's like an essential
No.
oil. Well, this is what we were talking about before. Apparently, it's an oil. You put it on. You need to know this because
Okay,
series
for
2
next
will be
time.
around the
Yeah.
corner.
There you go.
And it's an oil, and they don't like that.
Ah.
Bog myrtle.
Bog myrtle.
Everyone
Yeah.
was lathering us in this body lotion that everybody was swearing that... No, they weren't swearing, they were... what they were.
Assuring.
Heavily
assuring
imploring
you.
that you wear.
Yeah, but it didn't work.
Oh,
Well, listen, I
cannot
can't wait
to
for
watch
it because
It's
it
9 o'clock,
looks
isn't it?
stunning and it's a great story.
Yeah.
Yeah, but am I the best in it? That's what I need to know.
You are.
It's very
We all
difficult
From
think
what
that.
you've
say.
seen, I
It's
know it's
very
not
difficult.
about me, but I need to know this.
Yeah.
Very
We'll
difficult.
talk about it
You're
later.
the best.
We thought so.
Apart from Siobhan.
Right, OK, forget
Who
it.
is such a laugh. Siobhan,
She's hilarious.
She's got O'Brien in Downton. She's so serious. You look at her in that picture there. You know she's got quite a
God.
steely look, but she's such a funny.
Yeah,
person.
and she has this face that is always on the verge of hilarious
Which is
laughter.
quite unprofessional.
Yeah.
Those, you know, what I love about, you know, what great writing is, it motivates everyone to work together as a team, even if you don't actually get on with them.
Yeah.
I don't believe that for a second.
No, well, I've worked through this.